Good morning and welcome to the Middleton 10 o'clock morning news. Today, Wednesday the 22nd of April. First, the headlines. A historic announcement has been made that, for the first time ever, Middleton Primary School will have its very own general election. In this edition of the Middleton Morning News, we look at the story behind this surprise announcement. The Middleton general election means that children at Middleton Primary School will, for the first time, have the right to vote. The date of the general election has been set as Thursday the 7th of May, the same day as the British general election. In a special report, we will look at the background to the historic Middleton general election. First of all, we will explain the key words. General means that it is for everyone, for all of the pupils who are old enough to vote. Election comes from the word elect, which means to make a decision or to choose. So a general election is the way that the population chooses people to organise things. Those people are chosen by voting. Voters have a voting form or ballot paper with the names of all the people who want to stand for election written down in alphabetical order. These people are called the candidates. Each voter puts a cross next to the name of the candidate that they want to vote for. All the crosses are added up and the candidate with the most crosses is the winner. Usually the candidates are organised into groups of people who share similar ideas about what they would like to do if they win the election. These groups are called political parties. It is expected that the children of Middleton Primary School will also have political parties. We do not yet know what these parties will be called, but it is expected that there will be announcements soon. Experts are suggesting that the new political parties are going to be formed by children in Year 3, Year 4 and Year 5. Although this will be the very first general election at Middleton, there have been elections in history for 3,000 years. The first people to hold elections were the ancient Greeks. They invented the word democracy. Democracy is made up of two Greek words, demos, which means the people, krasi, which means the power. Democracy means the power of the people. Although there have been elections for thousands of years, full democracy is much more recent. For many years, it was only the rich people who owned lots of land who had the vote. In this country, all men, rich and poor, were allowed to vote from 1918. However, women in this country were not allowed to vote until 10 years later in 1928. The children at Middleton Primary School only won the right to vote in a general election today. Many of the people who were not allowed to vote, poor people, black people, women, campaigned for the right to vote. They went on protest marches, they made speeches, they produced leaflets and posters, they tried to change the law. Some of these protesters and campaigners even went to jail. Some of these people were called criminals at the time, but now are seen as brave heroes and heroines. Some of the famous ones are Dr. Martin Luther King in America, Nelson Mandela in South Africa, Emmeline Pankhurst in Britain. In a general election, the voting is done in secret. The voters do not have to tell anyone else how they voted if they don't want to. This is to make sure that the vote is fair. There's only a very short time before the voting in Middleton General Election Day, Thursday the 7th of May. 9 school days to be exact. Over those 9 days, experts have predicted that many things will happen, debates, discussions, campaigning and so on. The campaign will end on Wednesday the 6th of May and voting will take place on Thursday the 7th of May. On the morning of Friday the 8th, the result will be announced by the Chief Returning Officer. So, here are the closing headlines. On a historic day for Middleton Primary School, children have been told that for the very first time they'll be taking part in a general election. It is not known yet who will win, but one thing is certain. Whoever wins this election, it is a day that will be remembered for many years to come. And now, the weather.